Hey everybody, welcome to another week of Draw Something, and tonight's theme is going to be Can't Get Enough of Those Song Titles. And so, if you were here last week, this was also my theme that week, but I kinda suffered from some technical difficulties, so I'm doing the theme again, hoping OBS does not crash on me tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here with a song title that I started doing a drawing of. This is what I started the show with last week and never got a chance to finish it. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that right now. It is Pac-Man Fever, the 1981 smash hit from Buckner and Garcia, based on the then brand new arcade classic, Pac-Man. Alright, so where I left off was I got a man laying in bed here sick with presumably Pac-Man fever, and his husband, or his wife, wow, his wife is on the phone with the doctor talking about the situation, and let's see where it goes from there. Oh, Planetary 121, that's a good one. Let me add it to my list. Brad, Lauren Ipsum, thanks so much for the raid, and welcome Raiders. HR Johnson, great to see you here as always. Let me get a shout out for Brad here in the chat. Oh, no problem, Brad. At least you have a raid title. Or raid call. Wow. HR Johnson, it's the same as last week. Because I had technical difficulties last week and my stream crashed about 25 minutes in, I'm doing song titles again and seeing, you know, trying to make up for last week. I still have your request from last week too. Carry On My Wayward Son, with son being spelled S-U-N instead of S-O-N. Came up with a pretty funny idea for that one, so as well as Polka Face, Polka Party, Blue Suede Shoes for the lovely Mrs. DJ. Don't see her in the chat yet, but if she shows up, I'll have that ready for her to do. Right now I'm working on Pac-Man Fever, which is what I started last week with, but never got to finish. HR, yeah, I hope to. I definitely have no shortage of prompts to go off of. Okay, so let me see here. Planetary 121, you requested, hit me with your pet shark. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking of misheard song titles. That may have to be a new sub-theme. Irene Pena Music, great to see you. I can probably guess what you might request tonight. Me and her had another mini co-songwriting session tonight on her stream before I went live. Okay, so I'll basically just explain this drawing, even though I haven't drawn everything yet. So obviously the man in bed has Pac-Man fever, so he's got big old Pac-Man mouth going waka 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 waka. And he also has a big pile of white dots that have just started appearing. Oh, Irene, thank you. So these white dots are just kind of appearing all over the house mysteriously, and the man's just chowing down, just going waka 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 waka. Also planning on having the Pac-Man ghost peering in through the windows. It's just a very surreal drawing, which I like doing. Oh, well, Brad, I mean, this isn't actually the Pac-Man. It's just a guy who's come down with the Pac-Man virus. I imagine Pac-Man Fever is definitely different if you're actually Pac-Man and you contract the Pac-Man virus. In fact, he might not actually be affected by it at all. But if you're a human and you get Pac-Man Fever, it's, well, yeah. Alright, big shout out to everyone who was here last Friday for my Yoshi's Island stream. Went ahead and finished the game. It was a good time. I am doing a retro gaming stream again this Friday, and it'll be something that I'm gonna be cheating a little on this one because it's not actually a retro game technically. I'm gonna be playing Peasant's Quest from HomestarRunner.com. It actually was made in 2004, but the copyright screen says 1982, so let's just pretend that's when it came out. So yeah, that'll be this Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Should be a good time. One of my favorites from my childhood. Oh, HR, you're a fan of Homestar Runner too. Awesome. Yeah, that was a pretty big staple of my childhood. I think at some point down the line I'll also be doing the game Stinko Man 20xd6, also from HomestarRunner.com. And which just finally, after sitting uncompleted for 15 years, finally got its last level created a year and a half ago almost. It was like December 2020, right before Flash officially died. That was awesome. Bigman, Bigman, welcome to the show. And how does Strong Bad put it? Deleted. Deleted. Great to see you here, Bickman. Yeah, Bickman, that was good timing. Yeah, what I just mentioned, Bickman, is I'm going to be playing Peasant's Quest here on Twitch this Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific. Bigman, I'm doing alright. Just doing this drawing, doing song titles is my theme tonight. This one's based on the song Pac-Man Fever from the early 80s. So I got a guy lying in bed, sick, with Pac-Man Fever. So I'm drawing his mouth in a Pac-Man shape. Also got a big old pile of white dots gathered here on the bed. They're just kind of popping up out of nowhere, and he's insisting on eating all of them. Hold on a second. I gotta make his arms like, you know, wah, 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 wah. Or at least try to do that. Alright, just doing some sketching here. Go ahead and trace it over. Actually, a little story about Pac-Man. Last couple summers, we've gone out to my uncle's lake house on Mason Lake in Western Washington State. And he has an old original 1980 Pac-Man machine, a tabletop one, in his basement in one of his lake houses. And I've actually managed to, I've discovered that I can actually be pretty good at Pac-Man. Managed to get over 100,000 points. Oh, planetary, yeah, for sure. Alright. Let me rearrange this here so you can actually see the whole thing. Waka 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 waka. Alright, H.R. Johnson, no problem. Thanks for the lurk. Drawing the ghost here. Got one peeking in through the window, one peeking out from behind the bed. Brad, thank you for the hydrate. Thank you, Brad. So yeah, one was also peeking from behind the bed. This one's peeking out from behind the wife. She doesn't even notice. Sneaky ghost. Let me see. What else could I do here? I'll go ahead and just have one peeking out from under the bed. Seems like an appropriate place. And just draw some of these white dots that are just magically spawning out of thin air. And, yeah, I think that'll probably do it. There we go. Pac-Man Fever. Might not have left myself a big enough spot to put my signature. Alright. I'm also going to start including the song titles on the drawings just to make it a little easier so the viewer knows exactly what the drawing is based on. But yeah, good. Great to finally have that one done. Let me bring up the larger view. Alrighty. Thank you, Brad. Alright, so I think Planetary 121, since I believe you're still here, I'll go ahead and do your request now. Doing my first misheard song title. And it is Hit Me With Your Pet Shark. Hit me with your pet shark! Alright, here we go, Planetary. Hold on. Just figure out what I'm doing here, where I'm gonna position everything. Irene, that's awesome. Mondegreen? Isn't that what basically mishearing something is, Brad? They've referred to it as Mondegreen. Maybe, I feel like it's what I remember it meaning, but it's been a while since I've used that word or seen it anywhere. Oh, okay. Yeah, I bet. It's an interesting word. Alright, so I'm gonna give the girl in this picture pigtails, because I just feel like that would make it extra funny. Alright, so yeah, drawing the girl here, just taking her shark and basically going BAM! This burglar here is trying to steal her toys. I think her toy unicorn collection or something like that. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but something like that. So she's retaliating with her pet shark, who is graciously offering himself up as a weapon for her use. Oh, and just to hammer in that he is indeed a pet, let me go ahead and give him a collar. Otherwise, he could just be some shark that she just happened to find. It's not like officially her pet. Maybe it's not even her shark at all. It's someone else's shark and she kidnapped him. Ugh. No, let me give him a collar to ensure that this is indeed her pet shark. He's certified. Put him through shark obedience training. Oh, and of course, just gotta, do a shout out to the original artist here. The shark's name is Pat. But it's a cute little Easter egg. Alright, let me go ahead and work more on the burglar here. Give him one of those pullover ski masks. Pat Betta Shark. Yes, Planetary, that's his full name. Or her full name. Actually, I'm not sure if it's a male or a girl shark. Could be either one. Pat is both a female and a male name. Oh, hey, HR, thanks so much. Greatly appreciate that. I should look into this auto-hosting thing, too. Wham! No connection to the music group of the same name. Of course, I gotta draw the Unicorn collection. This one's kind of more like a, it's a cross between a unicorn and a dinosaur. It's a Unisaur? So yeah, just drawing a big pile of unicorn plushies that this burglar was daring to steal, and clearly he regrets his decision. Alright, I think that'll do. I think that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe just one more to round it out to a nice even 6. Alright, HR. Have a great night. Thanks so much for stopping in. Let me get a shout out for HR. Should have done that earlier. HR does some really cool comics and artwork on her channel. Definitely go give her a follow if you're not already following her. My words are slurring a little bit. Sorry. There you go. If you're not already following HR Johnson, go ahead and click that link. HR, thanks so much. I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little extra deets. I'm gonna give the girl a striped shirt. And yeah, I think that'll about do it. Let me go ahead and finish this off here. So for Planetary 121 on Twitch, it is Hit Me With Your Pet Shark. Alright, there we go. Let me go ahead and bring up the close-up view. Alright, thanks so much, Planetary, for that request. Irene, are you still here? I know you haven't officially made a request yet, but I know what you're going to request. But, of course, I should probably sing the song first. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Let me pull up the lyrics here and I'll mute the music. Alright, so, this week, we've had a couple songs that we collaborated on, me and Irene. This week, she chose the title. So, it's a title she chose. It was Shallow End of the Pool. And I came up with the lyrics. So, here we go. Alright. I'm at the shallow end of the pool, 'cause I just can't handle the deep. I don't want to look like a fool, and pickup lines make me weep. I try to hold my breath as long as I can, but can only keep it in for so long. Praying that I'll find air this time, but what will I do if I'm wrong? There we go. I only did the chorus, but That's enough to make a drawing out of. So, without any further ado, let me go ahead and get Shallow End of the Pool. Fergal, that's a good way to keep me out of your head. I don't care about baseball. Alright, Shallow End of the Pool for Irene Pena Music, the co-writer of the song. Okay. So, what I wrote the song as was a, you know, kind of a... Me and Irene kind of decided it was a... Actually, no, Brad was the one who came up with the idea of it being about love and how you don't want to get too deep into love. I was just originally thinking like a literal pool, like I don't want to go to the deep end because I can't swim. But I thought Brad's analogy with love was genius, so I decided to go with that. So I'll go ahead and make it a heart-shaped pool just to, you know, kind of add to that. Yeah, Brad, for sure. We'll split it. Well, yeah, we'll split it. We can, you know, nicely, neatly cut it into 3 separate pieces. And then we can fight over who gets which piece. So I'm going to do another drawing featuring fish now. Just did that pet shark drawing. I'm going to have some fish here in the pool. Oh, Brad, you know what? That might actually be better. That way we don't have to permanently damage the award. It actually would be... I'd prefer to not have to cut it in thirds. Go ahead and trace over this outline here. Got a heart-shaped swimming pool. And the shallow end is the point, whereas the further up you go in the heart, the deeper it gets. Which almost seems counterintuitive. It seems like, you know, the further down you go in the heart, that would be the deeper it gets. But, I'll do reverse logic. So I already drew a girl fish here. I'm going to draw several more girl fish over here on the deep end. And then have a guy fish here at the shallow end, just kind of nervously looking out at the deep end and being like, oh, I don't know. Oh, and, you know, because this is for Irene, I could just include Great Hippo in here for just no real reason, just because, you know, it might be funny. Maybe Hippo's managed to find love with one of the fish, or Irene is one of the fish, and she and Hippo are in the pool together, and yeah, like I said, there's a guy fish here just sitting on the shallow end, not really sure if he wants to dive in or not. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and draw a Great Hippo here with Irene Fish. Let me go ahead and spam those blazing hippo emotes in the chat. Because nothing makes sense anymore, Great Hippo Gaming, and welcome to the show. How are you doing tonight, Hippo? Creative liberties, Hippo, that's all I'm gonna say. So there we go, we got the nervous fish there standing in the shallow end. And we got another guy and girl fish pair just chasing each other around. And yeah, I think that'll probably do. So we go ahead and finish this up here for Irene playing the music. Great Hippo Gaming. So next week, or actually I should say this Friday, I'm going to be playing the game Peasant's Quest from the homestarrunner.com website. Like I said before, it's a bit of a cheat because the game is actually technically not retro. It was made in 2004. But it's retro styled, so I think it'll still fit. But yeah, it's a King's Quest parody. Ah, yes. I see you are a man of culture as well. Yes, Strong Bad. Strong Bad, Homestar, and the rest. Let's see. Shallow End of the Pool for Irene Pena, who co-wrote. And let me go ahead and bring up the larger view. Alright, Alright, there we go. Glad you like it, Irene. I actually still have the other drawing I did last week when I was doing my first take on the song title stream. It's the Giraffe in a Crazy Spiral. Gotta get that colored too. I don't have it on hand at the moment, but hold on just a second. Okay, here we go. So here's a Giraffe in a Crazy Spiral. This was another song that we co-wrote together about a giraffe jumping into a vortex after his can of soda after it gets sucked into the vortex. And Irene also suggested adding some crazy music notes in here too. Also forgot to put a date on this one. This was a week ago, so it was 4/20. Make of that what you will. Alright. So let's see, what do we got next? I got a good lineup of prompts here that I can work with. Let me see. Let's see, HR Johnson left already. I had a prompt ready for her. Oh, but I do have a prompt I can do for Planetary 121 and Brad Lauren Ipsum. They were both suggesting this one last week. So let me go ahead and change the title. Polka Face. I think I might even be able to bring up some accordion emotes here. Let me see. Nope. Okay, I don't have that. I don't have those emotes activated. On DJ Mike Brady's channel, if you put polka in, the Better TTV emotes are animated accordions that go like this. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the circle here for the face. So I'm drawing the accordion as his mouth, and I'm kind of picturing it opening and shutting like... But as it opens and shuts, his, it does an accordion thing. It goes... So he's got a built-in instrument. Oh, that's a little off. Hold on a second. There we go. I'll go ahead and add some polka dots in here. Only seems fitting. It's funny, it's looking more like a chocolate chip cookie than anything else. But yeah. Let me add in some music notes here. Also gotta add a keyboard on one of these ends. Alrighty. I should really have some kind of polka track playing while I'm drawing this, huh? I don't have a polka track in my playlist. Oh, you know what? I've just kind of been drawing this as just sort of, you know, a face. Maybe I could make this Weird Al's face. Like 80s Weird Al. With the, kind of the afro hairdo. Yeah, I like that. Is there any other ways I could make it Weird Al? I guess I could put some glasses on. Go ahead and erase the eyes and redo them here. Alright, there we go. Trace over these glasses here. They are resting quite a bit above his nose, but alright, there we go. So yeah, I got Weird Al with an accordion mouth, essentially. Go ahead and fix up the nose too, it looks a little awkward. Yeah, I think that'll do. So there were 3 people who agreed that I should do this one, so I'll go ahead and credit all of them here. DJ Mike Brady, Planetary 121, and Brad Lauren Ipsum. It is Polka Face. Alright, let me go ahead and bring up the larger view. Alright. What do we have next on the agenda? Well, I got another polka song I could throw in here. Do a polka twofer. Next up we got Polka Party. Nice clean sheet of paper to start off with. Planetary 121, truer words have never been spoken. Drawing party hats here, and I kind of made them look more like Santa hats. It's not Christmas time anymore, so it might be a little odd to have Santa hats on. It's also not July, so it wouldn't even work in that sense. So I'll just make them regular party hats. So I got two different types of accordions here. I got one where the face is stretched horizontally and the mouth is horizontal, and you got eyes on either both of the ends. And you got this one where both eyes are on one end and the mouth is stretched vertically. Just kind of two different ways I could add a face to an accordion. Probably go ahead and do a third one where the entire face is on the folded part. I don't know my accordion parts or what the terminology is. Go ahead and add a keyboard to this one. These are keyboard accordions. Oh yeah, she had the party hat. Bigman 2K, great to see you too. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great night. And this accordion kinda has two mouths. I don't know. I want to try and spice up the variety and kind of make different quirks for each of the accordions. So this one has two mouths. One for breathing, one for eating. Alright, I think this will do. Got 4 different accordions with 4 different face styles, I guess. Throwing a party. Planetary 121, I hope you're still here. Alright, Polka Party. There we go. We got the larger view here. Alright. I almost knocked over my water bottle. That's my second time doing that. Fortunately, this time the lid was closed on it, so no water came out. Whew. Alright, what do I got next on the agenda here? H.R. Johnson left to start her stream. Might be raiding into her later, so don't think I'm going to do her request right now. But I have plenty of others I can go with. This is okay. This is a prompt I came up with for myself. So let me go ahead and update the title here. I think all the songs that I've done so far have been songs that have lyrics and singing. This is, I think, the first instrumental song title I've done, or I'm going to do. Here we got Watermelon Man by the legendary Herbie Hancock. The way I'm drawing him is you're making him look more like a super villain. I don't want him to look like a super villain. He's a superhero. Yeah, let me see here. There we go. There's his... I'm not sure I like that logo. Hold on a second. There we go. Got a W and an M stacked on top, stacked against each other for Watermelon Man. And I'm gonna bring back another character I created several weeks ago for Irene's daughter Evie. I actually have this character as an emote. It's the cute watermelon with a giant bite taken out of it. That was Evie's original request. And so the drawing I ultimately came up with is an emote. I'm just gonna spam it in the chat here. He looks super cute and happy, but he also has kind of a twitchy eye, indicating that maybe he's not totally happy. There might be some deep-seated insanity there. Maybe something to do with a big bite that's taken out of his head. But yeah, this is going to be Watermelon Man's sidekick, Cute Bite. Ah, Planetary 121, that's funny. Is Particle Man a real thing? I'm not, it's not really ringing a bell for me. I'm sure it probably is, and I'm just ignorant. Alright, so of course, Watermelon Man's outfit has watermelon stripes on it, while his sleeves have black and white spots on them to represent the seeds, and they're also hot pink, pinkish red, the inside, basically the inside color of a watermelon. His gloves also have the watermelon stripe pattern, but they're actually, that's going to be part of his attack. See, when Watermelon Man punches somebody, they act like real watermelons, so he literally, the fist smashes open and soaks the villain in watermelon juice. They get all sticky and overly sweet, it makes their teeth rot. It might not even touch their teeth, but the essence of the watermelon juice is so strong that their teeth just rot from the essence of sweetness. So he's basically got watermelons for fists, and of course they rebuild themselves after a punch. They actually have like a 50-second regrowth rate. It's pretty good. Oh, okay. I know some they might be giant songs. That's not one of them. Oh yeah, and his feet are also watermelons, and they function the same way as his hands. Alright, so there we go. Got the two characters drawn here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw some smaller images here on the side of them in action. I had to rearrange those bubbles a little bit. Oh, I forgot to add this little extra detail to his hair. Pew 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 pew. Shooting a steady stream of seeds out of his mouth. That's his other main power. So I'm just doing this in the meantime here. If anyone has a song title they want to throw out for me to try and do a interpretive drawing of, just let me know in the chat. I got a few more of my own prompts to work on, but I'd be more than happy to take anyone's suggestion. Alright, so I did a couple drawings or images of Watermelon Man himself fighting. Now let's go ahead and turn our attention to Cute Bite. Alright, so we got this spider-like villain here seeing the super sad looking cute bite making those big watery eyes. Alright, so there we go. So, basically, Cute Bite kind of does the Puss in Boots approach from the Shrek movies, where he makes big goo-goo eyes and subdues the villain, and then he just lunges in for attack. That little bite, that big bite taken out of him, he basically uses as a mouth, and he clamps down on the villain's head. It's pretty brutal, honestly. You don't mess with Cute Bite. And yeah, I think that'll probably do it. Didn't leave a whole lot of room left for me to put a signature, but I'll find a place. Alright, so Watermelon Man. I guess it's kind of already there, so I might not need to write this, but I'll do it anyway, just to stay consistent. There we go, Watermelon Man. Put the date and my initials. And I'll go ahead and bring up the close-up view. So yeah, there we go. Watermelon, his sidekick, Cute Bite. Some examples of Watermelon Man's heroism. And then the example of Cute Bite being completely psychotic and dangerous. Also, I'm just adding a couple extra watermelon pieces here to the punching part. His hand literally smashes apart, and all that juice comes pouring out and sprays right into the villain's face. Too sweet! Brad, thank you for the hand claps. Brad, if you weren't here earlier, I did both a polka face and a polka party. Let me go ahead and show those again really quick, if you missed them. Here's a polka face. It's essentially Weird Al's face with polka dots and an accordion for a mouth. And then I drew a polka party, which is 4 accordions with different face positions, I guess you could say. Having a party. Got balloons and streamers. They're all wearing party hats. Well, most of them. I guess this one didn't feel like dressing up. But I'll fix that right now. There we go. Alright, so let me see how many drawings I got so far. I've got quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One from last week, so right now I'm up to 7. Holy cow. Alright, I could definitely put out at least one more before the end of the stream. So let me see what I got up next here. Here's gonna be a fun one. Next up, we got Pump Up the Jam. Pump it up while your feet are stomping and the jam is pumping. Alright, so let me go ahead and... This is going to be a multi-panel comic. I had it all figured out. At least the idea of it. I mean, how it's going to actually turn out on paper, I don't know yet, but we'll see. So we're going to open on a group of bread slices here. Who are, appropriately enough, standing around a jar of jam. A fairly small jar of jam. Actually, I should probably make it smaller than that. It's a pretty big one. Comparing it to the size of the bread slice. So let me go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. So the problem here that ultimately arises is that the jar of jam, the bread slices want to each slather themselves with jam. It's, I guess, kind of the equivalent of putting on lotion, you could say. But the problem is that there's not enough jam in this jar to be able to spread jam on all of the pieces of bread. So they're going to have to find some kind of magical solution to their problem. And it may or may not involve pumping. So I'm going to draw a couple more pieces of bread in the background. so draw on the second panel here where a slice of bread is popping up above the crowd with a special device in his hand. So he's holding up a magical air pump, which he's going to use to Fergal, I can feel that. I mean, honestly, I often just go completely uncivilized and just eat peanut butter straight out of the jar, but PB&J is also very good. Also, Fergal, welcome to the stream. Sorry about that. I actually already assumed you were here, but welcome to the show. Great to see you as always. Oh, okay. Very cool. Are you hanging out at Sanctuary at the moment? I see John is live. Oh, okay. Who's winning between the Sounders and the Pumas? Just curious. I'm not a big soccer fan, but I did used to live near Seattle, so I'd probably, be rooting for them by default. Alright, so as you can see here, he's used the magic air pump to literally pump up the jam until it's just friggin' huge. Alright, Fergal, good to know. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be streaming for, but we'll see if the trajectory of the game changes before I finish. Alright, there we go. So, there we go. Pump up the jam, which they indeed did. Alright, let me go ahead and bring up the close-up view here. There we go. Alright, so I got one more prompt that I made for myself that I'll go ahead and do. Then I think after that I'll go ahead and just call it a night, unless anyone wants to throw in a last minute request. I'm all ears. Any song title you think would make for a funny drawing, just let me know in the chat. Alright, here we go. Every Teardrop Is A Waterfall by Coldplay. I see here? Oh, I actually had 2 more prompts. I guess I'll just do this one first, and I'll do the next one after that. Alright, so I'm drawing a girl's face shedding a tear. Then there's a kind of a close-up on the tear, but you can't really, it's just a tear. But you can kind of see this little tiny thing sitting on the tear, like, okay, what is that? Zoom in a little further on the tear, and you can kind of start to make out it's like a raft that these little tiny salt crystals are riding in. And then we zoom in even further, and we see the salt crystals and a raft going over a waterfall. Because the teardrop is a waterfall. At least from their perspective it is. Hold on here. Let me figure out what I'm doing. Alright, so yeah, they're careening over a waterfall. And they're all screaming. Well, this one just has his mouth puckered up. But this one and this one too are screaming as they go over the waterfall. And it's just a happy little tear, just a, you know, tender emotion. But, yeah, like, it's all about perspective. What could just look like a happy tear to us is a dangerous waterfall to these tiny little salt crystals. And of course, this guy's just, you know, he was rowing the raft and trying really hard to fight against the current, but he's just kind of given up and just thrown the oars out of the raft. He's like, oh my gosh, we're gonna die! I don't know, I mean, he could have at least kept trying until the very end, but he just kind of chickened out. And even though you know you're probably not going to be able to fight against the current, you can at least, you know, keep up the effort until the very end of it. Be a man! Alright, there we go. I think that'll probably do. Every teardrop is a waterfall. Let me go ahead and pull up the large size view. Alright, there we go. Got one more prompt to do before I call it a night. I gotta bring up my gaming stream again. Once again, I'll just say this one more time. This Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be playing Peasant's Quest on homestarrunner.com for a gaming stream. So, hope to see you all there. And speaking of my gaming stream, on the splash screen before the stream started for Yoshi's Island, when I was streaming that game last week and the week before, I had a certain 80s song playing that I thought would be relevant to the game. And that would be Walk the Dinosaur by Was Not Was. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this one into a drawing. Ah, Brad, awesome. Happy coincidence. So, what I'm doing here is having two cavemen taking their dinosaurs for a walk. And while they're sitting on top of their dinosaurs, while they're meeting, and they're just kind of acting like dogs, they're just sniffing each other, trying to get to know each other. Of course, this is taking place in a Flintstones-esque alternate timeline where humans and dinosaurs really did exist at the same time. Because apparently in actual prehistory that wasn't the case. At least I feel like that's what I've heard. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. And it's kind of a cute extra little detail here. The caveman's holding the leash that's attached to the collar that's around the dinosaur's neck. But he has to sit on the dinosaur to be able to walk it. Because the dinosaur is so big. So he's just kind of sitting there on the dinosaur's head, holding on to the leash, which is attached to the collar around the dinosaur's neck. And, okay, I can't help it. I gotta add in another Easter egg. I did this on that pet shark drawing earlier. I'm gonna do it again here. This dinosaur's name was what? This dinosaur's name is Was. This one's gonna be not Was. Yeah, Fergal, you're on the right track. He's certainly gonna have better info and insight than I am. I had to push my lead out a little bit more. It's getting a little short. Little spikes on the dinosaur's neck. And back of his head. So as for some background details here, go ahead and draw a volcano. That's kind of one of my default images to do for view only mode. Thanks so much for the hydrate. Kind of drawing some vague prehistoric cliffs here in the background. And yeah, I think that'll do. Go ahead and do this here. Walk the dinosaur. Boom, boom, aka laka, boom. Oh, and just now that I've said that, I gotta add one more thing here. Alright, so this one's name tag is going akalaka, 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 akalaka. And the other one's name tag is going boom, 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 as it's thumping up and down on his neck. So yeah, akalaka boom, akalaka boom, boom, akalaka boom. Ties everything together. So I'll go ahead and bring up the larger view now. And I think that's going to do it for tonight. I got a pretty good solid amount of drawings here. Let's see, I did one from yesterday for Irene. One for last week, I apologize. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is... It's been a while since I've had that many. How about a recap? I'm going to do an end of show recap before I end the stream and then rate out. So just go over all the drawings I did tonight. It's been a pretty good batch. Alright, so starting off with one I did actually last week for Irene. Here's a giraffe in a crazy spiral. It's a giraffe with a backwards hat and headphones jumping into a vortex after his can of soda. His can of soda gets sucked into the vortex. He just can't bear it apart with it, so he jumps into the vortex after it. Irene also requested I draw some crazy music notes, so I did. Got some really jackety ones here, and then this one has a big crazy face on it. Alright, next up we got Pac-Man Fever. Got a guy who has come down with Pac-Man Fever, and he's ingesting a ton of dots that have just started randomly appearing around the house, and his wife is on the phone with the doctor, clearly concerned. And you can see Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde they have snuck into the house. Well, one of them is outside. The other ones are just kind of sneaking in, looking to get a bite out of Pac-Man. Next up for Planetary 121, here's a misheard song title, Hit Me With Your Pet Shark. So it's a girl trying to protect her unicorn plush collection from getting stolen by this burglar with a ski mask. So the girl smacks him with her pet shark named Pat. Not sure if it's a girl Pat or a boy Pat, it could be either one. But yeah, that pretty much covers it. Next up, another one for Irene. Here is Shallow End of the Pool, a song that we collaborated on earlier tonight. So I got some fish here on the deep end of the pool, along with Irene Fish and Great Hippo, her husband. And then you have this fish over here who's in the shallow part of the pool, who's just not sure if he's ready to commit to a relationship, so he's kind of just hanging off to the side here in the shallow end. Come on, man. You can do it. Brave up. Next up, we got Watermelon Man. So here is Watermelon Man and his adorable sidekick, Cute Bite. The cute watermelon with a giant bite taken out of it I drew for Irene's daughter, Evie, a couple months ago. So Watermelon Man's two big abilities is he can punch his enemies, and his hands are literally made of watermelon, so they literally explode when they're punched, when he punches someone, and sprays juice, all sweet watermelon juice all over the enemy. It's too sweet! And he can also just fire an endless stream of watermelon seeds out of his mouth. That's pretty handy. Cute Bite, on the other hand, can look super, sad and super emotional and melt these villains' hearts. And then he can clamp around their heads and just scare the heck out of them. And yeah, that's pretty crazy. Don't mess with Cute Bite. And here we got Polka Face. It's just trying to go for a kind of Weird Al's 80s look with the glasses and the afro. He's got polka dots on his face, and he's got a accordion for a mouth, of course. And I actually did a polka twofer, because here we have Polka Party with 4 different accordions with differently arranged faces, all wearing party hats, and you got balloons and streamers. It's a polka party. This one has 2 mouths for reasons. One's for eating, one's for breathing. Alright, after that we got Pump Up the Jam. So we got slices of bread here that are wanting to spread jam on themselves. But they have this tiny little jar of jam that's nowhere big enough for all of them. But then this one piece of bread brings up a magic pump. And he uses it to literally pump up the jam until it's a giant jar of jam and all the bread can spread themselves with it. And here is Every Teardrop Is A Waterfall by Coldplay. Have a girl just shedding a happy tear. Then we zoom in on the tear. And we ultimately find there's a trio of salt crystals riding in a raft that's going over the waterfall, because the teardrop is in fact a waterfall, as the song says. This one's just clinging in tight. This one's just isn't holding onto the raft for dear life. It's kind of questionable. This one was the one who was holding the oars and trying to raft against the current, or trying to paddle against the current, but just kind of gave up. Though scribbling for dear life, I hope they make it out in one piece. And finally, Walk the Dinosaur by Was Not Was. Two cavemen are walking their dinosaurs. And they just kind of meet for the first time, and they're sniffing each other and getting to know each other more. Looks like they're going to be best pals. They might even get together sometime a couple thousand years later and write a popular pop song. Alright, well, that is it for tonight, and man, I was really not sure about tonight's stream. I was thinking this was gonna I was really nervous after last week. Not only was was OBS gonna hold up, but was I gonna be able to, stay focused and stay on my game? I think after, a 2-hour stream with 10 drawings, I feel pretty good about tonight. Thank you, Brad. And yeah, Fergal, I can't believe it's 2 full hours and change either. I'll just go ahead and throw out this plug one more time. For my retro gaming stream this Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be playing Peasant's Quest on homestarrunner.com. It's a King's Quest parody. It's a lot of fun. Have a lot of childhood nostalgia for it. Should be a great time. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and find a raid target. Let's see who we got here. H.R. Johnson is still live. Joseph Burke Arts is live. That's someone I haven't raided yet. I might go ahead and raid him. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and raid Joseph Burke Arts. Have a great night, everyone. Have a great rest of your week. I'll be back on Friday with Retro Gaming, and then on Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific with, sorry, my brain just kind of stopped working there for a second. Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific with Coloring. And Brad, I still don't have a raid call. We're going to have to wait another week for that. Let me go ahead and get the raid set up, and I will see you all on Friday or Saturday, or whenever I see you guys again. But yeah, have a great night, everyone. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. We're going to go ahead and raid John Massey Noodlin. He's a super fun piano player here on Twitch. Does a lot of Disney songs. Should be a really great time, so let's head over there.